one of these number one hits has no bass line at all. A mistake, so unusual that engineers at the time couldn't believe the label let it out the door. This is Pop Chronicles, and today we're counting down the 15 biggest songs of the 1980s. The animated video nobody thought would work. The song almost left off the album completely, and the track built from a guitar riff its own writer thought was just a joke. If you can name 10 of these before we hit number 1, you basically lived through this decade twice. Let's get into it. Number 15. Everybody Wants to Rule the World. Tears for Fears, 1985. This song almost didn't exist. Tears for Fears were nearly out of material for their songs from the Big Chair album, and wrote this one quickly, almost as an afterthought to fill space. Kurt Smith has said in interviews he genuinely didn't think much of it at the time. It felt too simple compared to the band's more layered material. It became their biggest hit in the United States, reaching number 1 and eclipsing every song they'd poured far more effort into. Sometimes the song a band almost throws away turns out to be the one that defines them forever. Number 14. Karma Chameleon, Culture Club, 1983. Boy George built this one around a simple harmonica hook, a sound almost nobody expected from a band known for gender-bending fashion and new wave flamboyance. It became the best-selling single in the UK for the entire year of 1983, outselling every other act in the country that year, pop, rock, or otherwise. The song's message, about facing consequences for dishonesty, was wrapped in such a catchy melody that most listeners never noticed the moral underneath the sing-along chorus. A harmonica riff and an outfit nobody expected became one of the defining sounds of the entire decade. Number 13. Faith, George Michael, 1987. After walking away from the massive success of Wham, George Michael needed his first true solo statement to prove he could stand entirely on his own. He stripped the sound down, a rockabilly guitar riff, minimal production, his voice front and center with nowhere to hide. The leather jacket, the jukebox video, the cross earring, all of it became instantly iconic. It became his first number 1 as a solo artist, and the album of the same name eventually sold over 20 million copies worldwide. He didn't just leave Wham behind, he built an entirely new identity out of one guitar riff and total conviction. Number 12. Sweet Child O' Mine, Guns N' Roses, 1987. Slash has said for years that the opening guitar riff started as nothing more than a warm-up exercise, something he was messing around with before a rehearsal, not something he thought was worth keeping. The rest of the band overheard it and insisted he build a full song around it. Axl Rose wrote the lyrics as a genuine, sincere love song about his then-girlfriend, Erin Everly, a rare moment of tenderness from a band known for chaos. It became Guns N' Roses' only number 1 single, an unlikely outcome for a band built on raw aggression rather than radio-friendly ballads. A guitar warm-up exercise turned into one of the most recognizable rock intros ever recorded. Number 11. Total Eclipse of the Heart, Bonnie Tyler, 1983. Songwriter and producer Jim Steinman built this song with the same operatic, over-the-top drama he brought to Meat Loaf's biggest records. Some accounts even suggest it was originally sketched with a vampire musical in mind. A total eclipse of the heart. Bonnie Tyler's raspy powerhouse voice, partly the result of vocal cord surgery years earlier, gave the song an intensity that a smoother voice never could have matched. It became a global number one of the best-selling singles of the entire decade, driven almost entirely by its sheer emotional scale. Nobody does Turnaround quite like this song still does, 40 years later. Number 10. Girls Just Want to Have Fun, Cyndi Lauper, 1983. This song wasn't originally written for a woman at all. Songwriter Robert Hazard wrote and demoed it first, from a male perspective, about the women he wanted to have fun with. Cyndi Lauper heard something else in it entirely. She reworked the lyrics and delivery to flip the entire perspective, turning it into a genuine anthem of independence for women, not about them. It became her breakthrough single, launching her into pop stardom and giving the decade one of its most enduring feminist pop anthems. A song written from the outside looking in became one written entirely from the inside out. Number 9. Africa, Toto, 1982. Songwriter David Paich wrote this after being deeply affected by a late-night television documentary about Africa, despite the fact that, at the time, none of the band had actually ever set foot on the continent. That admission has followed the song for decades, becoming both a point of criticism and part of its strange, sincere charm. Decades later, it found an entirely new audience through internet memes, endless covers, and a strange cult devotion from a generation that wasn't even alive when it charted. A song written from a documentary and pure imagination somehow became one of the most enduring sing-alongs of the internet age. Number 8. Sweet Dreams Are Made of This, Eurythmics, 1983. Annie Lennox and Dave Stewart wrote and recorded this one on cheap, second-hand equipment during one of the lowest points in both their personal and professional relationship, right after their romantic partnership had ended. That hypnotic synth sequence came from a broken drum machine and a bass sequencer Stewart wasn't even sure was working properly. They kept the flawed take anyway. It became their international breakthrough, a cold, minimal sound that stood completely apart from the era's bigger, glossier pop production. Built out of broken equipment and a broken relationship, it became one of the coldest, most iconic hooks of the decade. Number 7. Every Breath You Take, The Police, 1983. Most people hear this as a romantic song. Sting has said repeatedly that it's actually about obsession and surveillance, written during the breakdown of his first marriage. Lines about watching someone's every move were meant as unsettling, not sweet. Yet it's been played at countless weddings ever since, entirely against the writer's intention. It became the best-selling single of 1983 in the United States, and decades later was famously sampled by Puff Daddy for his tribute to the notorious B.I.G. A song about obsession became one of the most misheard love songs in pop history. Number 6. Livin' on a Prayer, Bon Jovi, 1986. John Bon Jovi and Richie Sambora almost left this song off the album entirely. They didn't think it was strong enough to make the final cut of Slippery When Wet. Sambora's talkbox effect on that opening riff became instantly iconic, a sound almost nobody else was using on mainstream rock radio at the time. The story of Tommy and Gina, two working-class characters just trying to hold on, turned it into a genuine blue-collar anthem, embraced far beyond typical rock audiences. Nearly cut from the album, it became the song Bon Jovi is remembered for above everything else they ever recorded. Number 5. Take on Me, Aha, 1985. This song actually failed commercially the first time it was released. It took a completely reworked version, and one of the most groundbreaking music videos ever made, to turn it into a hit at all. That pencil sketch, rotoscope animation style, took months of painstaking frame-by-frame work. Animators tracing over live footage by hand for a single 4-minute video. Once MTV started playing it in heavy rotation, the song shot to number 1 in the US. A rare case where the video didn't just support the song, it rescued it. Without that animated video, this might have stayed a forgotten Norwegian synth-pop single, instead of one of the most iconic songs of the decade. Number 4. Don't Stop Believin', Journey, 1981. When this song was first released in 1981, it barely cracked the top 10 and quietly faded off the charts within a few months, like countless other rock singles of the era. For over 2 decades, it sat there, a beloved deep cut for fans, but nothing more. Then in 2007, it soundtracked the final scene of The Sopranos, and something shifted overnight. It became one of the best-selling digital catalog songs in music history, a track that sold more copies decades after release than it ever did during its original run. A song that flopped in 1981 became one of the most downloaded songs of the 2000s. Few tracks have ever had a second life like it. Number 3. I Wanna Dance with Somebody Who Loves Me, Whitney Houston, 1987. Songwriters George Merrill and Shannon Rubicam built this one specifically to be pure, uncomplicated joy, a deliberate contrast to the more serious ballads Whitney Houston had already made her name on. Her voice turned a simple, upbeat dance track into something with real vocal power behind it, elevating what could have been disposable pop into a genuine showcase of her range. It became one of her signature songs and one of the most enduring dance pop anthems of the entire decade, still filling floors today. Built to be simple joy, delivered by one of the greatest voices of a generation. That combination almost never fails. Number 2, Like a Virgin, Madonna, 1984. This wasn't the first song to talk about sexuality on the radio, but Madonna's delivery of it turned into a cultural flashpoint, unlike almost anything before it. Her performance at the very first MTV Video Music Awards in 1984, rolling around the stage in a wedding dress, became one of the most talked about and controversial live performances in television history. It hit number 1 and cemented Madonna as pop music's most provocative, boundary-pushing star of the decade, a reputation she'd spend the rest of her career building on. One performance in a wedding dress did more to launch her career than any single note of the song itself. Number 1, When Doves Cry, Prince, 1984. Prince made one deliberate, bizarre choice on this record that shouldn't have worked at all. He stripped out the bass line completely, an almost unheard of move for a funk-driven pop song built to be a single. He played nearly every instrument on the track himself: drums, guitar, synthesizers, vocals, locking himself away and building the entire song essentially alone. Executives at Warner Brothers reportedly had doubts about releasing something so stripped down and unconventional as the lead single from Purple Rain. This is what it sounds like when doves cry. It became his first number 1 hit in America and remains one of the strangest, boldest choices to ever top the charts. Proof that breaking the formula can be the formula. Tied up, don't make me chase you, even though. That's the 1980s. 15 songs, 15 stories behind the decade everyone thinks they already know. Subscribe to Pop Chronicles and tell me in the comments which one you never knew the real story behind. It's